Everybody, welcome. We're going to get started in a second. I was having some difficulty with the speaker, so give us 1 second and we'll get started. Turn off my cell phone. Awesome, you guys. Well, I appreciate it. I'm going to have, by popular request, school, unfortunately, is canceled here where we live because of the fear and the outbreak with that coronavirus. So Brandon Hayes, who was on a few days ago this week, I don't know if it was like Monday or Tuesday, he's going to join us in just a minute. And I think it's kind of cool. What Brandon's going to talk about is super cool because he's going to outline his strategy on how he's building a high 6-figure and maybe even 7-figure business regardless of the economy. It's quite interesting what he's doing. And hey, Doug. Yeah, so we're going to rock this out in about 2 minutes. Hey, Alan, welcome. Yeah, you guys were on the other day with Brandon, or Doug met him. So since school's out, he came in this morning, and we were sitting around talking, and I shared with him some of the feedback and messages we got. So he's going to kind of walk us through at a more low level, right? Hey, Dr. Walker. What's up? Hey, you guys. Yeah, for cool. I'll put Eddie up there and Dr. Walker, unknown Facebook user, but hey, what's up? Alan and Doug and Bill. There's a lot of people slowly joining in. And I'll tell you what's interesting is I get such smaller attendance here than I do on webinars. We got Vanessa here. And Vanessa, you're welcome to be live if you want. If you ever want to, just join in live. I'm going to bring Brandon in 1 second. I'm going to make sure we don't really have all the bits and pieces. So yeah, here, see, bring Brandon in. Here what we have is, hey, Forrest, welcome.
Hey.
Unfortunately, I don't know who this is. This is the problem. If you don't like authenticate with this app, it doesn't show your name. So
no toilet paper left. Not at Target, Kroger.
Nope. There's no toilet paper anywhere, I don't think, is there?
Nope.
I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, we thought about building a training product, and honestly, we're not going to do it. We really did thought about it. We talked about it. We had like 40 requests. We might do a service, and we'll talk about it later. I mean, what we're going to do today is free. There's nothing to buy, none of that kind of stuff. And it's just kind of cool, you guys. Well, I'm getting Snapchats, and it's very exciting. I'm getting a lot of Snapchats. This is new for me. So I got 3 today, Brandon, which is a lot. None at Publix. So apparently no toilet paper. Alan, what about Canada? You're in Canada, right, Alan?
We got to have toilet paper up there in Canada.
They have to. Mike Maggs, he'll trade 7 rolls of toilet paper and a Purell for a Patriot season tickets. Yeah, I have courtside tickets for a few basketball games coming up, and I'd probably trade them for, I don't know,
toilet paper, man.
Cakes, some toilet paper. Yeah, I would trade out in a heartbeat. $50 for sure. All right. Well, so what we're going to do is, obviously it's an extraordinary time for everybody, for us, for you, no matter where you are. Alan said they have some in Canada, just not much. Think outside of the box. Go beyond the grocery store like Doug just did. What a smart idea. Guys, it's an extraordinary time. Who knows? 1918, we had the Spanish flu. It was obviously a tough year or so. Who knows how this runs? We're no experts, but wash your hands a lot and be safe and just act smart. You know what I mean? Even if you think it's a joke, treat it seriously, and hopefully it will be a joke. Hopefully it'll be nothing. But I think we should prepare for the worst and hope for the best. That's all we can do. So, well, Brandon, okay. So we're sitting around this morning because it's quiet today. Nobody's in the office. I have Vanessa, Nikki, Tracy, and Meredith are 100% working at home now. So the whole point is dispersing, right? So Brandon and I are here, but we're on the opposite sides of the building. And I was sitting with Brandon this morning. He was talking about how he's trying to build. Well, I'm not going to steal his thunder. He's trying to build a large income while he's in high school, like before he graduates high school, you guys. So what? It's March of 11th grade, Brandon. So you got basically a year. You got about 15 months left.
Yeah, I don't have much time. I got to get this going, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm making some money right now. I'm making like at least every single month I'm hitting above like $10,000 a month, $30,000 a month on some months. And so right now what I'm trying to do is actually continue to build up my income even more by taking advantage of like so right now I have like hundreds of sites. Well, I've built hundreds of sites before, but I have probably about 20 or 30 huge sites on Pinterest right now, and they're all getting traffic like every single day. Like right now, we probably have hundreds of people across all of our websites online right now. And what I'm trying to do is actually use the fact that I have all these people to build up an email following and grow my business that way, and just, keep selling them products and whatnot. But overall, I can just take advantage of the fact that I'm getting all of this traffic from Pinterest, and I pretty much have leads whenever I want.
I love it. Yeah. So you guys may not have been on the other day, but Brandon, will you high level, like kind of walk through like super high level, and then we can take it down a notch. But let me see if I can say it. So the concept is you've got a WordPress site, a blog. We'll call it a blog, everybody. And you have Pinterest, which is social media property, and you're basically getting traffic from Pinterest to leave Pinterest, go to your blog site, and then look around, read your articles. But on your site, there's AdSense links, links that would generate revenue to you, and then other ad networks that would pay you different amounts of money based on impressions or clicks, right?
Exactly. Yes.
So high level, that's all it is. There's nothing else, right? And wait a minute, you post stuff on Pinterest and you post stuff on the WordPress site. That's right?
Yeah. So all we're doing is posting free content that we kind of just spin up every single day across our websites pretty easily. And we get all these people just coming and reading these articles. And we're just getting a lot of people just coming every single day just to read the free stuff that we have. And so it's simple. We just post on Pinterest, we post on our website, and all those people just make us money from all of these ads we have on the money site, and we earn money every time they click. So, I mean, it's a pretty straightforward system. It's, one of the oldest methods on the internet. And all I did was find a way to supercharge, make it faster, and grow these sites faster than most people who can do it. Like SEO takes forever, for example, but with using Pinterest, I can like guarantee that I'm going to get thousands of page views a day off a brand new site. So essentially off of 1,000 page views, I know that I'm making somewhere between $10 to $20 a day off of 1,000 page views. And that money will essentially just keep accumulating. And by the end of the month, that one site that I just posted that at the beginning of the month will make hundreds of dollars by the end of it. And all I have to do is just keep cranking up the lever and getting more people in and getting more traffic. And that's really it.
Yeah, sounds so easy, Brandon. I'm sure everybody's thinking, God, that sounds so easy. Why did I do that, right? So,
yeah.
All right, serious note. All right. Yeah, we I don't know what happened, Jeremy. We set it up in advance. Vanessa set it up, so sorry about that. Okay, so 1,000 page views right now equals roughly $10 to $20 per day per site.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is interesting. How do you keep Google from accusing you of using illegal clicks? That's an interesting question from Jeff. So I think the difference is none of yours are really illegal, are they, right?
No, they're not illegal. So let me see. Oh, so I think what you mean by illegal clicks is if people are accidentally clicking on your ads, or if they believe that maybe you are clicking your own ads. We don't do, my sites don't do that. We get real people who actually end up buying these products that are being advertised on the website. So with our strategy, we don't really have that end up happening where we're accused of people illegitimately clicking on our ads.
Let me take a few of their questions, and then maybe you could slap up that diagram we were talking about. What about Doug? Doug asked a pretty good question, and I saw some other people agree. What are some topics? I mean, I know what the girls in the office are doing, but what are some good areas that seem to work, right, in general?
Yeah, so I found probably about 5 really, really good topics or niches, whatever you want to call it, that always end up earning a lot of ad revenue, which is really key because you want to get those advertisers on your site. You want to get those things showing up that will end up making you a lot of money because, like, say, for example, you post an article about art. Well, there's not many products you can show next to that art in order to get people to buy. But let's say you do something like you post an article about blood sugar. Well, now you're going to get these pharmaceutical companies who are going to put ads for these expensive pharmaceutical products. And now you're going to be making a lot of money anytime anyone clicks. So there's about 5 different niches, and most of them are like, so here are kind of like 5. So travel, anything in health or fitness is really good because it attracts those pharmaceutical or big health products into your site. Beauty maybe is also a good one. I haven't done sites with beauty, but it's another high paying one that I've seen work before. And stuff like anything, like I said, any sub niche of health is really good. So anything that is under that health niche will get you a lot of money because people just love clicking on ads when you spin up these health sites.
Yeah, so no, it's a good question, you guys. And I put some of the ones that I've seen that Brandon's either kind of running on, I'm going to call it his network, either through some of us or his own sites. So this is some of the areas, the topics. So how many sites per niche? So really, it's up to you. I mean, Brandon's taking it to a whole new level, but I think you can make money. Yeah,
yoga.
For sure. You can make money with one, you guys. Definitely can do yoga.
Mm-hmm.
Sports topics.
I
don't know on that one. That's a good question from Mike. I remember Pinterest is heavily female, you guys. I don't know what the skew is, but it's biased towards.
Yeah, I would say yoga is a lot better than sports topics. Yoga is a good one because you get all of those health related stuff. And who was it? Jeremy was talking about natural solutions. Yes, so that's a really good niche. And we do a lot of stuff with that too. It's like just posting natural remedies or essential oils. All of that stuff is extremely profitable. And whenever anyone clicks, you make a ton of money off of those sites.
Interesting. Yeah. So really everything is back to Jeff Tompkins' original question about getting the slap from Google. Well, we don't even have to use Google AdSense if we didn't want to. It just happens to be a good one. That's all. There's many other alternatives. But I think Alan is right. It is organic traffic. It's basically people that see some pinned. Do I call it a pinned post? What's the proper version?
Yeah, a pin.
A pin on Pinterest, and they go, "Oh, I clicked the link," and they go through the site. So it's organic. It's organic social traffic. Does not have to be Pinterest. Just happens to be what Brandon's doing. That's all.
Mm-hmm. And the reason why Pinterest is a good one versus there's all this other stuff you can do. There's chat bots, there's social media. You can do this, you can do that. But the reason why I chose Pinterest is because it's such an easy platform to get traffic off of. Like, it's so ridiculous. Within a week or two, you're already going to be making $10 to $20 a day off of the ad clicks. And so it's just an easy solution to actually get traffic. Whereas if you do Facebook or you do Instagram or Twitter, it's going to take forever to build up your followers, your profile, get all this stuff going. You probably have to compete with all these other people. And it's just extremely hard. Whereas with Pinterest, it's going to organically show up to thousands within the first week. It's not hard to scale it up.
Yeah, and Alan shared the stats on Pinterest, so you can see. I knew it was skewed pretty heavily, so that's interesting. Now, Doug made a good comment. Why not use affiliate sites instead of AdSense? Or there's more money on the affiliate side, right, than maybe through Google. And you're right. I think, remember at one level, though, you guys, Brandon started this when he's 15. doesn't really have any connections. It's one thing for Doug in his 40s to get approved for some of these affiliate offers. Honestly, Brandon, I think being genuine, you had a hard time getting approved for some ad networks at first, didn't you?
Yeah. So, I mean, because I'm, under 18, I had a lot of issues with getting accepted to anything. So I couldn't buy products.
That's really the issue.
Yeah. I mean, it it actually holds you back because you can't sign your own contracts. You can't do anything like that. So, but I pretty much, my parents were, nice enough to let me use their name, and I kind of set the stuff up with the IRS so that we would kind of we would have like a partnership in the company to where I could use their name. And so, I mean, I got it to work, but again, it just goes to show like anyone can make this happen really, if they just, find a way at all costs.
All right. So this is a good question from Manny. I'm gonna grab a water, but check that one out, Brandon.
Yeah. So, so the content is a really good topic to talk about because, getting content is actually, it's time consuming, right? Because you have to pay writers, you have to get a lot of people, to working with you in order to get this content. But here's what I kind of figured out. It's that with Pinterest, we kind of found access to about 10,000 or 10 million articles that all we have to do is just post on our website. And as soon as we post it, like that's unique enough content to where Pinterest accepts it, our ad network is fine with it, and they're all cool with it. And so it's like a sweet middle line, and we can pretty much have all this content being posted across hundreds of websites without having to hire writers or doing any expensive thing like writing your own content. That would take forever. And so one of the ways we actually scaled up is by using these PLR articles, which give us the license to use them and post them on our site. So we can just post content. We can just copy and paste the content pretty much. And we know we're going to get the traffic. And so we don't have to worry about that part.
All right. Just kidding with Doug a little bit. So what about, so Alan says kind of like content curation. You can do it all yourself, but a lot of times it's easier to do content curation, I would think. What else?
We should talk a little bit about the affiliate stuff. So in general with Pinterest, what you want to do is you want to focus mainly on posting free content. Like a lot of times, the best way that I found to sell affiliate products is to post free content on how to do something. Like, for example, something like these 6 essential oils will help you with your cold, right? Or something like that. And so what I do is I'll post an article about essential oils and how they help you. And then throughout that article, I'll link to places they can buy it from. And then I earn money whenever they end up buying from it. But they got the free value first. And then once they feel rewarded and like they got that free value, they end up just buying it. And so a lot of times I actually make the most money off of pages like that, where I'm giving them that free info first.
I like that. Brandon, what do you think about showing? I'm going to show you guys like a draft one. This kind of hasn't entered the turbo phase yet, but it's a, what was Meredith's, man? Wasn't it How to Allergy or something?
Yeah. We had 2 food blogs up. I think,
I don't think
I'm having problems with the host, but
yeah, it does appear to be up.
But I actually have some of the screenshots we were able to get with those results, so I can screen share.
Yeah, do you care? Let's do that. You can
make sure I don't have my.
We'll figure it out
open
for sure.
Okay. Here we go. All right. Share screen. Okay.
You have to. It takes you after you hit share screen. It brings up like a button where you pick from.
Oh,
you see that?
Yeah. Here we go. All right. So here's kind of the case studies. Like pretty much everyone who's worked with me so far, we've kind of helped people in the office. Like we helped Meredith and Nikki sort of build up their food blog so that they could have kind of build up a following in the food blog niche because they wanted to kind of get started with that. So we've kind of gotten an incredible amount of results so far, just right off the bat. So last summer, of course, is when I made probably the most money. So pretty much the most money I made throughout this whole time is when I was able to reach over $40,000 a month off of just with Pinterest. So you can see here, this is not AdSense. This is actually another company called media.net. And you can see here, we are getting, we got a lot of money just from media.net, not even AdSense. So this is kind of our trick is we were able to work with this company media.net, and it made it so much faster to get approved or to do anything like that because we kind of worked with them and they just let us get all of our sites on there. You can see here, this is one of our best pins of all time. We got 87 users at once for like all at the same time for like the whole day straight, 2 days straight.
What? So wait a minute. 87 people were at any given time on that blog post. Is that right?
Exactly. So the whole day off just that one site. So, I mean, just one site can really take off. I've seen people, or we've actually ourselves expanded each site to tens of thousands of dollars just from one site. But there's other people who just grow one site and that's all they have to do, right? You don't necessarily need 10 sites, but I found that if you leverage the first 2 weeks of any given website, you can pretty much get traffic faster than at any point. You get like an exponential rise in the traffic, and after that, I mean, you already have a ton of traffic, so you might as well just create more, right? So that's kind of the strategy I took with it. And so 87 users at one time is actually a lot. This is actually ClickBank. We had some, we were making about $100 a day to $200, sometimes even $300 a day just off of that, just having like pretty generic affiliate images on the sidebar of our website. And so this is another guy I worked with. He lives in Europe. He kind of travels a lot, but he reached $250 a day just recently, like just a few days ago. He started in January.
February of a week or two ago, right?
Yeah, not even that long ago. And this is actually a screenshot from February.
$7,000 for 30.
So yeah, so he started in January. He made a little bit of money, but it took until February, and then he started making a ton of money, just like a lot. Just like so let's see, it says so those first 2 months, 2 months, a little bit more than that, he made about $10,000. So it's quite a bit of money, especially since he really didn't know how to do this before. But after I taught him, he kind of figured it all out and just expanded with this method, really. Meredith and Nikki, they started in February 2020. They wanted to build their own food blogger brands. They just wanted some traffic essentially. And within the first few days, they would get almost 500 on both of them.
That right there, you guys, let's just talk about that for a second.
Yeah.
I mean, these are two non-marketers, non-tech, busy single moms. They work, they run support, part of the support team here. And that's pretty amazing. I mean, I think they between 8 and 9:30, they got to work on this in the mornings when Brandon was here. And then by 9:30, they had to shift into their other stuff. So they really only spent, they would listen to you, they'd chat a little bit. I'm talking they probably spent 20 minutes a day of any work on it.
Yeah.
It's growing. I mean, which is kind of cool is both of these are definitely still growing, which is, I think, kind of neat. But yeah, somebody asked, I keep getting messages. No, we started to build a product. I mean, just being honest, you guys, we started to build a product. We're probably going to give it to you for free, what we kind of started with. But we've decided not to do the product because honestly, I really don't want to call all these JVs up and get them to promote or do any of that stuff. It's a big pain for sure. Yeah, I really think you guys that it's doable. I mean, there's catches. I mean, look, I ain't gonna lie to you. Of course, there's catches, but I think this is what's impressive is these guys are a fraction of anybody on this live feed right now in terms of marketing and understanding the big picture. You know
Mm.
what they did? They didn't know. They didn't know what they didn't know, and they just sort of did it.
Yeah.
So I think that was kind of exciting. Um,
Yeah, and this is actually for a lot of people to get to this amount of traffic this quickly. There's just not many ways you can get this. Like this amount of traffic is actually a lot. Like 500 page views a day were we able to reach on these sites. 200 at that point. It was just like that is pretty big. And the thing is, it keeps growing over time. And on our sites, we get it up to like within this amount of time, just like 2,000, 3,000 page views. And that alone would take probably 6 months of SEO or something like that in order to do that. But there's one more slide.
remember,
Yeah.
1,000 page views, $10 to $20, y'all. So this is pretty cool. Now, this is straight up. I mean, this isn't going to change my life by any means. However, super cool. So, $177 so far that Nikki and Meredith made for the month.
Yeah, and here we kind of worked on this other site. I'll actually show you. I can log into the ad network right now that we set up for this site where we set it up with Media Mash. So in 2 weeks, we were able to grow this one site. Brian and I worked together on it. We were able to grow it, and so I mean, like you could just build these money sites and make this amount of money fairly quickly. So I'll actually show you. I can actually show you the ad network. I'll log in right now and show you. But I first have to switch off. Is it not sharing anymore, right?
Not sharing it. There's nothing.
Okay.
So, you know what's kind of cool that we haven't really talked about, you guys, is you build these things up and you can actually make money. You can make money by flipping the site, right? So like I'll show you this real fast while he's getting his stuff ready. And is that showing, Brendan? Let's see.
Okay.
250K. It's bigger. 4 years old, makes 15,000 a month. Left-leaning news. It's a news site, but the way they monetize, it's the same strategy. They're monetizing the content with ads, and I think it's kind of cool. They've got, I don't know if this is ad bidders or not, but they're asking $250,000, and there's a lot of exits, a lot of cool things to do, but no shortage of ideas. Yeah, we do not have a virus. Oh, I love Jeff Tompkins for the win. Look at that. Cash Maggot 2020. Yeah, this is what's neat is, I'll be honest with you guys. I've said this before on a webinar the other day. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to say I only work with clients. That'd be a lie. I work with clients primarily, but I also do affiliate marketing. I sell products online. You know that. I have a crappy ecom business. Some of you have seen it. Some of you know that. And now, thanks to Brandon, he started here last fall. I've got a content marketing division that's making money. And I'll let Brandon show you. This is why I really believe, in my opinion, I talked to David Sprague about this last night for like an hour. And I was like, David, anyway, I was showing him kind of this model, just kind of the blueprint. And I really think the whole stacking of, you might make $3 or $4 grand from this, $2 or $3 grand from something else. And then together that gets you where you want to be. But yeah, show Brandon. We'll show you guys right now so you get a better flavor. And honestly, we're not going to do a course. They do a service. Somebody asking me that. We're going to give you something for free. Got to package it up maybe over the weekend or Monday or something, depending on what's going on. And we'll just give it to you guys for free. We don't want you to pay us for it. I think you can do it on your own. We're going to do a high-end, high-touch service. Probably not today or not in the next few days, but we got to get it bolted out. Watch what dude, you show them, man. I don't want to steal your thunder at all. So show them what you got.
Yeah. So let me see. Here we go. Okay, so yeah, this is that one site we had. So March 10th, our site that Brian and I set up, it got almost $21. So it's been growing steadily. Last 7 days, $67. Last 30 days, 151. Overall, 240. And so this site actually, I mean, this is kind of what we're looking at. And I just wanted to do it with Brian, just to work out one site and just show him kind of like the process. And so this is that one site that we set up, and boom, that simple. I mean, $200. And then this thing will grow steadily. And there's one more thing I wanted to show, which is kind of like the use cases of this method that I've kind of found. I haven't done all of these, obviously, but you can apply these in many different ways. So let me quickly go. I'll have to switch out of here. Okay. So you can see here, this was, oh wait, this is the wrong thing. Oh wait, here it is. Okay. So can you see that?
Yeah, I made it maximum. Do you guys see the screen maximized? I tried to make it easier to see.
Do you see this photo I have right here?
I see the traffic bomb little logo at the very top, and then the 5 or 6 steps at the bottom.
Okay, let me switch it out real quick. Here we go. Photos. There we go. Okay, here we go. So here's all the stuff you can do. This is just, I mean, you can apply your own creativity to this, but you can grow one site, expand it, build it into your brain in one niche. You could grow several sites, expand them all into passive income that you just kind of like what we're doing pretty much. You can get more traffic to your existing sites. So let's say you already have an internet marketing site or something like that. You can just go for it, and get more traffic. You can build sites, get them traffic, and then sell them. You can get traffic for clients and charge them each month. And you obviously, probably one of the coolest things is you can sell a site on Flippa. You can get it all up and running, get it up to where it's making money, and then sell it for $2,000 a pop. So there's just a lot of potential here with all the different ways you can apply this in your business. It's just incredible that you can take this and do anything you want with it. Now that you have traffic, it's like it gives you this potential to do whatever you want and take advantage of all the traffic you can get that are willing to pay money.
Brandon, you guys, here's where my head went with it. And Brandon's making a pretty nice pop, between 10 and 40 a month, depending on the month over the last 12 to 15 months. But I was like, what if we churned out 25 of these a month, seasoned them for 90 to, let's say 180 days, because 180 days will get us to a little bit of a trailing, we'll get that provable, ROI trailing revenue that would make it attractive. And then we just started selling them at 5 to 10K each, depending on, how long we hold them. They could go as low as 500 to $2,000, or maybe 10 to 15 grand. And then in the long time, you held them long term and really built it, you could charge a lot more. But what if we could, we will, Tommy. Yeah, we'll put that up. What if we could do 25 of these at, my head went, 25 of these at $5 grand, 10 grand a month. I mean, that's the Tommy wanted this. That's the real goal, right, for us. You want to walk them through? This is it in a nutshell. Now there's some secret sauce elements that aren't here, but this is basically it. Grab a screenshot or whatever. There is nothing left off on this. This is the mechanics of how the whole thing works.
Yeah. So the first thing you do is really you get your Pinterest set up, and you start posting pins on there. And it's just like posting a Facebook post or anything like that, right? All you're doing is just taking an image, uploading it, and linking it to your website, and then you make money whenever anyone essentially clicks on that. And then what you do is you build out your cash site, which is your WordPress site, simple setup. And that is where where you can put ads up. So you can put these ads by just pasting an HTML code from the ad network and pasting it and putting it on spots on your website. And so while they're reading it, almost like a magazine, right? You're flipping through the magazine, and what do you see? Well, they have ads on there, and they're hoping that you'll see it and buy it. Well, in the same way, when people go to our website, they see the ads in between the content and they consider buying it. And so we can either recommend products or we can use the ad networks. And so all we're doing is taking the people from Pinterest, bringing them to our website, and then making money off the ads. And that's really the simple, this is like a simple infographic showing you kind of how it works, and how you can just build it up and build out multiple income streams with this.
So, hey, let's answer Jeff's question. He said his daughter's a good heart. Honestly, really just wants to help people from a health standpoint. Could she make a site regarding, health or nutrition or, healthy living? Could she do something like that in a manner that she can monetize and, make a profit, make some money on it? She has tipsonlivinghealthy.com. I don't know if that's a site already or is that the URL, Jeff, but we'll check it out for sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of what we did with a lot of our case studies. I didn't add all of them to that list, but stuff like people like Nikki and Meredith, they have those food sites, so they kind of post. Like, for example, one of them was called How to Allergy, and so it was about her struggle with allergies and what to eat instead, like gluten-free recipes, keto recipes, stuff like that, right? To combat these allergy stuff. And Nikki sort of went where she kind of had kids who struggled, who didn't know what they wanted to eat, and or she couldn't get them to eat food, right? Couldn't get them to eat like healthy foods. So what she did was she set up a website with articles about how to actually get your kids to eat different foods, or what foods to make that they'll actually like. And so that's one of the sites that we did. And so again, it's like, yeah. So for your daughter, for example, yes. So you can kind of take what we have here and make it work and make some money off on the side from it. And talk about whatever you want, and then post to Pinterest, and then get traffic, and then you can expand it into something where you're doing what you like doing, right? Because now you can post your own content, and you can get all of these people to your website, and now you have people who are reading it. So that's another good way, is it gives you a platform to get people reading your content. I'm gonna go quickly get my charger.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll be right back.
Yep. So the way this thing works, this StreamYard, is I connected a few groups, and I don't usually connect instant reply, but this is something any instant reply member can do. Most of the viewers are in local training academy, but it's spread across a bunch of groups. I think there's 80 odd people here. And if you see 7, like there's 8 on the fan page, 6 in instant reply, et cetera, that's how it kind of sums up the syndicated traffic. Here's a really good question from Howard. Absolutely. You could absolutely do Facebook traffic from a group or anywhere to your site as well. And you could do Instagram as well too. Just being honest, Howard, we're only using Pinterest because that's what Brandon was already doing, and I just didn't reinvent the wheel. So anyway, we're figuring it out. I mean, there's a lot of little things, but the basic mechanics are mindless. I mean, as always, I think anybody could do it. Tell me if I'm not off, Brandon. Anybody could probably follow the basic strategy, 500, 2K maybe a month. And
no problem.
Getting above that is where you gotta there's nuances, and there's like methods to kind of really do a little better, if that makes, you know what I mean? But I think getting to that modest level is very doable for anybody, really. I mean, you saw what Nikki and Meredith did in a couple weeks. Not life-changing, but that grows exponentially each month. It starts to take off a little bit. So yeah, a lot of questions on the mechanics. Do you got to buy a lot of third-party tools, or do paid ads, as people are asking, Brandon?
No. So the cost for a site is about $10. I mean, that's a little bit shocking considering how much it actually makes. But yeah, $10. I mean, so you got to buy the domain. You got to buy WordPress hosting, which is about $2 with the hosting we use is about $2 a site. And then after that, everything else is free for your first site. It's only when you scale up, you have to pay a little bit more, but at that point you're making thousands. So let me see.
We did his. Let's see. Mona had a question about, do you need a Pinterest site, separate Pinterest account for every blog?
Yes. So yeah, you'll need a separate Pinterest account. But I have a process already for that, how you deal with that. It's a simple setup, but again, to make your first couple $100 a month, you don't need to set up multiple accounts. In fact, it's actually better if you use the account you already have, because that gives you some leverage. And so Nikki, Meredith, all of them, they already had accounts that are already built up. And so that's why we were able to really quickly just get traffic even quicker, is just because we had that leverage already.
Cool. Can you use Rapify templates? That's the Jack Hoffman website stuff. I'll ask Jack. I'll ask Jack later. But honestly, we're just using WordPress, you guys. It's free.
Yeah, I mean, WordPress just makes it simple. I mean, nothing complicated here. Just a WordPress site with some content. Rapify. You can use third-party stuff but it's a little bit harder because you have to manually add the advertisements and stuff. You might as well just use WordPress. There's a ton of stuff that'll just increase your revenue off there. I have like a ton of plugins and stuff that instantly like double the amount of revenue you make off ads and stuff. And there's really no point in using other stuff besides WordPress. Let me see if there's any other questions.
On Pinterest sites have a ton of followers. Oh, that's interesting. So, Doug, you're taking it from the angle of hit up the Pinterest account that's kind of kicking butt, give them that way as a monetization.
Yeah, so you might as well get traffic on your own sites, on your own accounts. Because followers don't really mean the same on Pinterest as they do with other platforms. So on Facebook, not really as much on Facebook, more like Instagram, right? If you have followers, you're going to get a lot of people seeing your stuff, right? It's going to show to those people. But on Pinterest, it shows to pretty much random people all the time. So followers don't really matter as much. You might as well just stick with the process, which is setting up your WordPress site, adding Pinterest to it, and then putting ads on there, and there you go. You have money coming in. Yeah, and I agree with Jeremy with that quote about.
Of course you do. I know you agreed.
Yeah, Brian probably knew I was gonna
I had no
that
doubt.
one.
I had no doubt. Yeah, no, Jeremy's right, and obviously Brandon as well. If you think about the school system, it was designed in the industrial age, right? When we had these factories and automation were coming online. And so it's kind of what we do with our kids in schools. You take a group of them, right, a cohort, and you put them in and you call them kindergarten. And then they move in lockstep together. They go to first grade, second grade. Oh, it doesn't matter if somebody's fallen behind or is advanced, right? They just go one step at a time through the assembly line process. Mm-hmm. And then they get minted at the end and they get a diploma and they're off to go do something else. But it's that model. Exactly. That model worked 200 years ago. Maybe not as good of a model anymore, right?
And it's the funny part is you don't know why you're doing it. You're showing up to school. You don't know why you're doing the homework, or what's the point of it. The teachers don't even know why. They're like, you ask them why they're doing it. They're like, I don't know. I just work here. So it's just funny. But yeah. So yeah, I mean, it is an archaic and older system, honestly. And I think with the expansion of like online courses, we have opportunities where people can make money without going the traditional route. And that's really where a lot of people should go, I think, in the future.
Well, yeah, like how many of you guys that are probably closer to my age or older than me, when we were in school, it was always, if you go to college, you can join the military, you're going to get a job. It was those three things. Nobody ever said, are you going to start your own company? Are you going to become an entrepreneur? Nobody ever, ever, ever said that. Matter of fact, entrepreneur almost sounded like a slur, like a bad word, really.
Mm-hmm. And it's honestly funny because even some high school competitions, they'll have a business high school competition where they'll have to invent a product. It's like, you have the internet. Why do you need to go in a competition to make a product and share it with the judges when you can just share it with the internet, right? Make products and actually give it to people and apply it in the real world. So yeah, but let's get back on track.
Yeah.
So
I know we go down the rabbit hole.
we hit a hot button issue though, but yeah. So what type of WordPress theme do you use? Well, there's hundreds of them that you can use. There's even some free ones. One of them that I've been using lately for example, I'll show you one of our sites that we're experimenting with right now. Let me quickly show my screen.
Isn't that not Monster? It's the one that I have on mine. Here we go.
All right. Here we go. So you can see here, this is Coach Luz. He's actually Brian's fitness coach.
Oh, except he anyway, long story, but I'll tell you in a minute.
Yeah.
Gyms.
Free theme right here. Get Fit Lite. Free theme. You just click add new in WordPress and then search Get Fit and you get it for free. So there's a free theme that you can use. Anything with content works.
I want a content-based theme, you guys.
More like a magazine type. There's a lot of them that will say magazine theme. Those are usually good.
So here's one that it's brand new. It's not really, I don't mind showing you. Tracy was working on it for me. Is that showing? Smarter Family Finance. This is one right here. Tracy was doing. It says by Brian Anderson, but I didn't actually. I didn't really make any of these, but you know, so what's missing on this? We need a little bit more content, and then we'll turn on the monetization.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're just waiting on the person who writes for that, Tracy, to finish a few things up, and then we'll get some traffic to it. And that's another one of our sites.
Doesn't have to be fancy. You don't need to use Elementor. You don't need to use any of the glorified page builders, really. Honestly, the beauty of this is the simplicity.
It's just a blogging website, really.
Graphical design website of them all at all. So I think it's key. All right, how do we get a bunch of mad? Eddie, why are you mad? It says Eddie's angry. I gotta find your comment. There's a lot of comments in here. I don't think I saw it. All right, so what else? Vanessa likes Elementor. Vanessa, you don't need anything fancy. Yeah.
She loves Elementor.
That plugin, it's that easy. It's that easy, like Howard just said. There's no magic. Here's where the magic is. The magic's in the content, the subject line. Have you ever heard Basak or other people talking about split testing? All right, I'll put you on the spot, Brandon. Give me 2 subject lines. Give me one that's horrible about the same thing and one that would be better. It doesn't have to be the best ever.
Well, I can show you. I mean, I have a lot of examples of this. So here's a bad headline is how to get a 6-pack. But here's a good one. These 6 mistakes are killing your chances for a 6-pack, right? So what we do with Pinterest is we work the headlines so that they attract attention. So when people are scrolling down, they see that headline and they're like, whoa, I got to click on that. And when we get that when we elicit that emotional reaction from the reader, we get them to click. And so all we do is I actually have a list of just clickbait headlines, templates, and I just copy it for each one. And it's really that simple. It works every time.
It's about consistency, right? In instant reply, we talk about that. If you don't do prospecting all the time, you're not going to get local clients that pay you. And in this case, if you're not engaged on the Pinterest side or putting out content on the blog, your monetization won't really grow the way you want it to. You have to be consistent. That's
exactly right. So the biggest mistake you can make with Pinterest or any social media is not consistently posting, because it's like when you're posting, it's like it goes up, right? But as soon as you stop posting, it plummets. And so what we do is we actually schedule all our posts out so that we just schedule all at once and we don't have to worry about keeping it up with every day. We just set it all up one time and then it's done. We have that consistency already done for us. And so it doesn't really, it's not as hard as other businesses because we can just schedule everything out.
What's this? I know there's a bazillion schedulers. What's the one we're using right now?
We're using Tailwind. They give you 100 posts for free. So by that point, you're already making money. So it's completely free. You didn't have to enter your credit card for 100 posts. But then after that, if you look up tailwindapp.com, you'll find it. And you just schedule all of them. There's a Chrome extension and you just share all of the images all at once. And then it'll slowly drip them out over time. And then it kind of builds up your traffic and stuff better than doing it manually. Let's see. There's a lot of questions, so let me see.
Let's hit this one again. It came up a bunch of times.
So it depends what you mean by curation. Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by curation. Do you mean like, yeah, whoever that is? First of all, you should be logged in.
Yes, we know who you are. We can help you, but
yeah. But second of all,
yourself, no.
Yeah. So anything. Okay, 30-day schedule. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Again, so in terms of curation, though, it's just like, yeah, you're just going to post articles on your website. You can actually do those top 10 lists if that's what you're talking about, where you put other people's images and then you curate them. But as we found, it can cause issues with copyright if you're not careful. And so we don't do that as much anymore.
Yeah, we got slap a couple times, you guys.
Yeah. Use news feeds to auto feed your blogs. Yeah, you can do stuff like that. You can use like RSS feeds and whatnot to automatically sync your content up and schedule posts out. Although you can schedule all your posts out all at once and then just schedule your pins. So you can have them all done at once, pretty much.
What about pop-ups, Brandon? There's no pop-up ads like those sites. I haven't seen them.
I think what he means is maybe email opt-ins, where you go to a Pinterest site and then you get an pop-up for or like that one thing that you guys were doing with those pop-ups that would show a video of you. Those type of stuff, those actually work really well on Pinterest because you can just get an email opt-in pretty quickly out of them and then they can keep in touch with your brand over time.
Yeah, so we talked about curation from the one question. We talked about 30-day, Alan. What were you saying on that? Look, at the end of the day, if you could do all the content yourself, it would be great. If realistic, maybe not. Right? Just being honest. Weird. Donald's like, man, I've tried to authorize them like 30 times. Dude, I feel you, Donald. What about hosting, Brandon? Does it matter?
No, it as long as it works with installing WordPress. Yeah, you can use anything. Although the one that I've been using is Namecheap. What's it called? Easy WordPress. So if you want like WordPress for like $2 and simplest installation possible, Easy WordPress is a good option. And again, that was the one that we were sort of going to suggest in our course before we decided to move maybe more into a services type thing, where we're actually going to not look at doing a course because too much work up front. We'd rather just keep doing what we're doing with Pinterest. It's already working and whatnot. So we're just like, we'll skip that for now. But yeah, again, so Easy WordPress by Namecheap is what's really good.
That's a nice comment. I thought I should. Brandon probably don't want to see it, but Bill is very kind and complimenting Brandon. I would agree with Bill 100%. I mean, when I was 16, I mowed yards, Bill, $5 in the front, $10 in the back. I worked at Burger King, $3 an hour. You know, I made whatever I could make, and I think it's awesome. So, let's see, Doug said something about pop-ups. Oh yeah. Overlay kind of pop-ups and plugins. Yeah, there's a bunch of those kind of things for sure.
And they work really well.
HostGator, obviously, it's good. Host9, yeah, all of them.
Another option, yeah, all those are good. They let you get up your WordPress site quickly.
Hey, will you run this? I gotta take this real fast. Will you run this? Can you handle this, Brandon?
Yeah. All right. I fired Brian. So now, okay, so we have all of these different hosts that we can use. Keep asking questions, guys, because we need stuff to talk about here. So pop-ups, again, yeah. In terms of scheduling out the content, so all you got to do is use a Chrome extension, and you can keep it going for 30 days. And yeah, you just schedule it out, and within a month, you're going to be like, well, you're going to make money off of that. And Tailwind is free for the first 100 posts. So you're going to be making money by the time you finish. So again, that's the best solution in terms of that. And a lot of the stuff I'm doing now, it's mostly focusing on monetizing my sites I already have, which is taking those sites and putting pop-ups on them so I can get those people to sign up for my list. And, obviously, these websites are a good strategy, but even better is getting them on a list that I can keep for a long time. Everyone knows that with a list, you can keep making money over and over and over again. Whereas with a website, you're dependent on Pinterest at the beginning. And so now I'm sort of moving into jumping into my own stuff. And so I can pretty much have consistent revenue from now on once I get that up and going and once I test it. So I think someone was asking, what about Jack's hosting? So I think you're talking about that hosting he had for with, I think, different service or different local stuff. That's not really necessarily the best choice for Pinterest. We kind of run, again, you want your WordPress site to have content, and it needs to be sort of where you have an article about something with free value. So for example, I can show you an example of what these kind of look like, because it's really important that you distinct this from other types of websites. So this right here is kind of an example of what we're working with. So we recently started working with Coach Lou Allen, and he's Brian's gym coach as an example. So you can see here we have all these articles, right? And so the format of it is like this magazine type WordPress theme. So we have a headline like, these 6 mistakes are killing your chances for a six-pack. And all we do is provide free content like what mistakes you're making with your six-pack, like not doing cardio or not eating the right foods, for example, or doing a ton of sit-ups instead of doing other types of ab workouts. So again, we're providing that free value, and that's how we get people to our website staying on there for so long. And again, so you might think, well, how do you make money from that if you're just giving them free content? Well, what we do is we put ads on like on the website, and we can just simply place them. And because they got that free value, they will click on the ads and feel like, whoa, this gave me so much. I'll click on the ads and see what this is about and potentially buy a product. So that's where we make money, is off those clicks to those ads. And it's just simple. We just embed the code onto there. Okay, so let's see other questions. How are you doing your images? Well, we have 2 ways. So the first thing that we do is we use Canva, and we have like 10 templates we use over and over again. Another thing is we actually built a program that can do thousands of them at once. You can post thousands of images all at once and schedule them all at once with a tool I created for my own stuff to manage all these sites. But again, like I can show you how we pretty much make these images. It's really not that hard. So for example, I'll actually show you how to quickly, like in 30 seconds, make an image to your website, and then post it to Pinterest. So if I go to Canva right now, I'll show you kind of what we do. It's really like 30 seconds. And once you learn how to use Canva, it won't take you long at all. So here's an example. Let me quickly, I'm still sharing my screen. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so here's an example of a pin, right? So you can see here we have that vertical image layout on Pinterest that works really well. So say, for example, we were gonna make an image for this website. All we would do is copy and paste this in here, just like that. Make this a little bit bigger. And then literally change this color to yellow or something. And then go and find an image real quick, like abs. And then boom, download, we're done. So it's really that simple to make an image. It doesn't take hiring a graphic designer, worrying about, all these Photoshop stuff and whatnot. We have a simple system that we can get pretty much any worker, even if they don't have experience, to make these images. Vanessa, I just saw your comment. Yeah, you'll get a promotion. We'll talk about it later. How do we find you on Pinterest? So I have a lot of different profiles that each go with each of the websites. So I have a lot of different profiles, not just one. I can show you one. I can show you, for example, how to allergy. Here's, for example, Meredith's Pinterest website. As you can see, it's already getting a ton of monthly viewers, 200,000 monthly viewers. We started about 2.5 weeks ago, and she's just been posting her own content here. That's really it. Like 200,000 monthly viewers is enough to make a lot of money from Pinterest and get a lot of traffic from it. So, I mean, she's doing well from this. Yeah, so we'll have a replay after this. It'll sync all over to Facebook. So I think you just check Brian's page and you'll find the replay. And he might also send it out to his list. Bluehost, yes. So Bluehost is fine. The problem I have with Bluehost is, okay, so you guys can share. You guys couldn't see my screen. Let me see. Can you guys see this? Wait, share screen. Share. All right. So, okay. So we had 200,000 monthly viewers and she was just posting her own stuff. So if you just look up how to allergy on Pinterest, you'll see it. So how many posts per day? Well, it depends. I would say somewhere between 3 to 5 posts work well. And there's a spider on the ceiling. So 3 to 5 posts are really good for just consistently posting. But if you want to get traffic in 3 days, just post 50, right? That's what I've tested on my site, and just posting 50 images for 3 days straight will get you traffic in 3 days. I mean, it's just incredible. Bluehost is fine. Any of those are good. The problem with Bluehost I have, and the reason why I don't recommend them, is because they want you to pay like yearly and you can't pay for monthly, which kind of sucks. So that's why I recommend Namecheap WordPress Easy Hosting or something, or what's it called? WordPress Easy, or Namecheap Easy WordPress is what it's called. Okay. So how do you get enough traffic to the website is what Manny's asking here. So to get traffic, all we do is just post consistently, and Pinterest will start serving our content all over the platform, and we don't really have to do much. We just have to post, and they do all the work for us pretty much. We just have to keep giving content and scheduling it ahead of time, and we'll get enough content, or we'll get enough traffic in order to get thousands of people on our website a day. And then after that, it's just about monetizing and putting ads on there. Yeah, I swear there's a spider on the ceiling, like crawling over here. I don't know what to do. 50 images so 50 articles. So Mike is asking, do you have to post 50 images to your WordPress blog or to Pinterest? Well, the answer to that is 50 images. You might not, I actually recommend don't do that at first. That's more of an advanced thing. So keep that. I would not worry about that starting off. Just post 3 to 5 times per day at first, so you get the hang of it. But what you're doing is you're posting 5 articles. So you're posting on your website. You're just copying and pasting 5 articles to your website, and then after that, what you're doing is you're going to post 5 images to Pinterest. And so you can see here this. Okay, so actually apparently it's not showing my screen because of I think it's because Brian's not here to add it to the screen. But just if you go on Pinterest, you can see those vertical images, and those vertical images, we want to post 50 of those a day, which is essentially the same as posting 50 posts. So where are we getting our content? We have access to, we worked with this company. We have access to 10 million PLR articles, and we just use those. So we just post those to our site. We have the license to them. If you don't know what PLR is, it's essentially this license where we can use the content for free without having to pay anyone for it. So we just have these 10 million articles, and we can just use them all that we want. So do you put the content on your site, then make the image? Yeah, so we post the article to our website, then we go on Pinterest and post that article on a Pinterest. So it's like, for example, you're making an article on your website, and then you're going to, like, just an example so you can understand it. Like, say you're on Facebook, right? And you want to post and link to a website. Well, you say, here, check out this cool website I found, right? And then you post a link. Well, that's not really the same thing, but it's a little bit how it works. We're pretty much posting the article on our WordPress site, and then we're going to our Pinterest account and then posting that URL to it with the image, and then it gets traffic. Yeah, I don't have access to the admin of this whatever you want to call it, this talk or whatever. So yeah, so he has to come back and switch it. Yeah, IDPLR is pretty good. They have a thing where you can access 40,000 articles, so you can use that if you want. And they have a lot of good health stuff, which is one of the niches I recommended earlier, along with like travel and fitness, sleep, beauty, any of those niches. IDPLR is a great way to get free content that you can use. They have a Content Express plan that you can buy where you can just use that content for free. So I want to go back to this infographic. Let me see if I can find it again. Here it is. Let me try and share my screen one more time. And if it doesn't work, we're just going to have to stick with questions for now. Share screen. All right. Can you guys see this? Let me know in the chat. Oh, wait. Yeah. It looks like, okay. It looks like it's not showing up. All right. We'll move on from that. So David asks, how much time are you spending doing this a day? Well, so to manage all of these sites, we have a lot of automation tools, but to manage just one site, all you need is just like less than an hour per week, less than an hour to make a couple $100 a month from that one website. But when you're managing them in scale, it takes you about probably like 3 minutes per website. Honestly, we've gotten it down to those numbers, 3 minutes per website to post the content we need to the WordPress and whatnot. Oh yeah. Oh, this is not a whiteboard though, so we can't draw behind here.
Yeah. So see, I locked the screen. No, I did not. For some reason, it doesn't let. Even though we're both presenters, I don't know why it didn't do that. Brandon, do you want to throw something up? I can share it up if you.
Yeah. So a lot of people were asking about. Okay, so I'll share my screen, but a lot of people are asking about the process and a little bit understanding of how the order of things, how they work. So I want to go back to the diagram. So again, all we're doing is we're creating a Pinterest profile, just like you create a Facebook profile or Snapchat or Instagram or anything else like that. And then what we're doing is we're building separately from that, we're building a WordPress site with all this free content. And then what we're doing is and then after that, the third step is to post that content to Pinterest. So that's where this 3-step formula, we're just using Pinterest as a way to get that traffic, but we still have this site. So you can technically get traffic from anywhere that you want. You could get it from Facebook or Twitter, but we found Pinterest to be the easiest way to scale it up to thousands of page views every single day. And after that, it's just about monetization, putting these ads up. And again, the reason why we want to build our own website is so that we kind of have our own platform. And what a platform allows you to do, if you haven't heard this kind of stuff already, is that a platform, whether you have an email list or a Facebook page or a Facebook group or anything like that, a platform allows you to build up an audience and keep it for a long period of time and keep selling to those same people over and over again. And so we can do this exact same thing with Pinterest. And that's what I've been working on, especially lately, is I have this platform already that makes me thousands. But what I'm working on now is building up long-term customers that keep coming back and buying my health and fitness products over and over again. And that's what I'm trying to do. And that's my next goal. Even throughout the recession, people are still using the internet more than ever. And so this is a great opportunity to get online, to build your platform and build it while everyone else is distracted. This is the building time. Recessions are a perfect time to buy assets, build these things up. And, why not start now, honestly, with Pinterest? Here we go. Okay. So how many ads do you normally have on a page? Well, so MediaNet only allows you to have 3 ads per article. You can add more than that by just using more ad networks. So for example, you could use media.net, you could use with 3 ads, and then you could use AdSense and put as many as you want. Usually 3 of those is good too. So in total, you have 6 ads on there. And so ads are kind of, the way that you get accepted in these ad networks, it's a little bit like a pyramid, right? So essentially, not like the pyramid, not the pyramid that you're thinking of though, not that pyramid. So at the bottom, you have the low level ad networks that you can get easily accepted to, and you can get ads on today. Then there's these medium tier ad networks that are a little bit harder to get to, but again, I've kind of have an in with these medium ad networks where they'll just let me get any site approved. Now with the bigger and best ad networks, you have to have really high quality content and a big audience, but you make enough money with the medium ad tier networks that you don't necessarily need the highest one immediately.
Good feedback. So, Brandon, I hate to tell you, that was the superintendent that was calling me.
Oh, what happened?
Maybe 4, 5, 6 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah. So crazy. That's why I had to take that call. So, all right. On a serious note, guys, this is super cool. I don't have a way to do a poll in here, all the fun stuff.
We can just type 1 in the chat, right?
Yeah, put a 1. Put a 1, and and if you're in different chats, I think you only see the chat in your chat. But put a 1 if this is cool, and if you think this is interesting. We are not going to do a course. We decided together this morning. We will give you some free stuff. We will offer some kind of free overview, and just you guys can do it on your own. But for the ones that want to turbocharge it, we're going to set up a service. Think software as a service, and we're going to set up a service, and it's not going to be cheap because we're going to put Brandon and an entire team on it. So it's probably not for everybody. So based on that, we wanted to give everybody a blueprint, give you the exact system and blueprint. So we'll put it together and outline it. And Vanessa was going to proof it for us. So next couple days, and I don't know how we'll post it in these live threads, so you'll get notified, and we'll email to people. But it's It's pretty cool. What's going on is I think what's ingenious about it. Um, yeah, my favorite price. I love it, Jeremy. Yeah, for free. You guys listen. Some of
Exactly. It's my favorite price too.
them, hey, Brandon's all about Brandon and Free are very good friends. Let me tell you.
I'm a cheapsteak or whatever you call them, douchebag.
Yeah, right. It's not as cheap as you can make it. So, yeah, we're not going to charge you. We're going to give you the outline. Most of you guys are customers for a long time, and it's not about making money. We'll have 5, 10, or 20 that do the VIP service, and we'll make money. Brandon will make money from that as well. But everybody should have access to the training and knowledge without having to pay the money. So that's how we thought. And then for the ones that want it done for you and build out to scale on autopilot, we'll put Brandon, some software, and the rest of our dev team to kind of work for those people. But anybody can do this with no help and make a few bucks. A few bucks means, I don't know, is it 500 to 25? Is it more like 500 to 1500? What do you think, Brandon? For like somebody, no help, they're by themselves, they just follow the step by step within 90 days, 120 days. What's a realistic number?
90 days. Well, earlier than that. I mean, they'll be making money the first month or first few weeks. But over 3 months, you can make thousands of dollars without having to have like hundreds of sites or anything crazy like that. No stupid like copy and paste sites. With like even just one site, you can make thousands within the first few weeks.
Wow.
Let's see. Any other questions? Oh,
you know what? Brandon's technically not allowed to be here. I was telling the superintendent, I said, look, I know everything's supposed to be canceled, but these are highly motivated people. So we're moving at next level over here, and we're keeping it safe. And he's like, yeah, just don't tell anybody. And I'm like, yeah, we won't.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're live on a live video call right now. But
yeah, probably the superintendent probably sees this, but I don't know. Like, there's all these assignments, homework stuff. I'm supposed to be doing this online class. Like, this coronavirus is complicating stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy. Hey, Brandon, so this is a good question from Bill. If he builds out 10 to scale, is it reasonable he can make 10,000 a month?
Yeah. 10
net to him, not gross, net.
Yeah. 10 with 10 sites. Yeah. I mean, some of the sites will,
Bill, honestly. You probably don't either. You could do it with less sites or you'd make more money with 10, assuming you really did the work on them.
Mm-hmm.
See, the problem with this, even though it's hilarious from Frank, is half the people would laugh and the other half of people would want to, beat you over the head. So you can't win with this. I saw some internet marketer trying to capitalize on coronavirus fears. I'm just like, you know what? There's probably a time and place for it, but I don't think that time's today.
I think if we did that, you'd be all over Fox News, the whole internet marketing stuff. I mean, we're just gonna stick with no more coronavirus internet marketing stuff. Send out Chromebooks. Yeah, so
we're doing the same thing, right? Brandon, you've got assignments already, I think.
Yeah, I already have assignments from like 6 classes with the Chromebooks. It kind of sucks. I mean, those things are a piece of junk. I mean, I have like $1,000 laptop, so when I have to use that, what?
Can't you just use that and connect into Blackboard?
You're not allowed to use your own laptop, so I have to use this $200 rubber piece of junk.
No, Jeremy, for sure, man. It's so hard because you guys get it, right? You got some kids that have mega computers, right? Like Brandon's or mine. My kids all have MacBooks. And you got every kid in the system got issued a Chromebook, which was about, and it's not a high-end Chromebook at that. It's probably $275, $300 each. And the kids are like, wait a minute. What do you mean I can't use my computer? I have to use this. It's crazy. I get more complaints from kids having to use a computer at school than you've ever seen. What kind are they, Brandon? Are they ThinkPads or?
They're a Google Chromebook. They're like $250, I think, or less. Like the school got them on a discount. But they're slow.
$30 million for you guys to get these.
And then they put this surveillance software
Well,
on it. So everything just takes forever to load. Like even going to Google, it takes like probably 2 minutes just to load up the whole thing.
all right. So cool. You guys, so I know we hung out here quite a while. Are you guys good at doing these kind of things every now and then? I kind of like this platform. Here's the advantage. I don't have to spend 45 minutes to an hour making out a slide deck and then talking on a webinar. I kind of like this better because I can reach people in different groups and just connect in. Look, at the end of the day, instant reply is phenomenal. At the end of the day, a lot of the products are phenomenal, but I'd be lying to you, and so would Brandon. I mean, both he and I are doing the same thing.
Mhm.
This is it. For me, it's about stacking, right? Multiple profit centers. There's no one right answer. The right answer is you want to have a lot of different things sending you money. When some crazy thing happens, you might have to pivot. Doesn't really matter. You should be able to do that easily. So whatever fits for you. I know some of y'all are into e-com. I'm kind of in it, but not really. I'm not super successful at it. Brandon's working with the Kibo code thing we promoted, which is awesome because he's kind of thrown himself into that. And there are a lot of ways to make money, and don't let anybody label you. Don't let anybody define you. You are out. You're the CEO of you. Is what I look at it as brand. One time I told Rebecca it's brand Brian. I'm my own brand, and
Brand on.
Yeah, right. I have these different revenue centers, and you know what? I'm not going to be this one thing at all. So, I like this idea. Let me put Tommy Clay up there. So, for those of you with self-directed IRAs and you want to generate the money in your IRA, it's what happens when your wife tracks you down. So, I'll have to take that in a second. So, anyway, we will stop. We'll definitely do some more. This stuff works. All this stuff works. Just get smart. And right now, like Mona said, she's older. She's concerned about the virus. She doesn't really want to go out, doesn't want to meet with clients right now. She hates to be bored. I get it. This is something anybody can do. We'll see how fast we can get the free stuff out to you. Hit up Vanessa or some. You know what this means? Anybody who's married? Brandon, will you finish the call? I better go take this, man.
Yeah.
It's my time, you guys. I'll let Brandon handle it. Thanks, guys.
All right. So we have actually, I could actually see if I can send this to you right now. So don't leave yet, guys. So we have some free content. I don't know. Let me see if I can find a way to send a short URL or something out. But yeah, so we have this free PDF that you guys can follow to see this process. So type in 3 in the chat if you're actually interested in this. We're gonna send this out in just a second. Number 3. All right, so let me see. Let me find this PDF, and this actually, so this is just a general overview about the process of the system. Let me see if I can find it. So essentially you just follow this guide and you'll start getting traffic from it. Okay, we're getting a lot of responses. Here we go. Man, okay, so whoever can put the most 3s, I don't have an award for you, but let me see. Okay, PDF. Traffic fireball. So it's called traffic fireball. This is one of the ideas we came up with. Here we go. I want to see if I can send this out to you guys by chat. So see if there's a link that shows up for you. And you get access to all of it. So it's just a Google Drive, simple PDF. Brian, so I'm sending him out the PDF. I think I figured out a way through chat.
Okay.
And so, yeah, so we're just going to send it out. Let's see if this works. Okay. Do you guys see that link?
The 3, send me the PDF in chat. Is that what that is?
It's a Google Drive link.
got it. I got it from you, Brandon.
Does everyone see that?
It works for me.
I don't know. We can also put actually, let me send you the link, Brian, and then we can put a short URL to it.
Actually, Vanessa, you're on the call in the background, aren't you?
I think I don't think she's here.
Okay.
Let me see.
Awesome. Well, guys, we'll shoot it out. I put it in
by email too. You think we can do email blast?
See it in the comments.
There we go.
And I'll do this. Oh, I think you guys could do this. Hold on. I got an idea. I think we could do this.
You can put it in
I'll
the.
make it a banner. How about that? See if it's clickable, somebody. Try to click that. I actually don't know.
I'll send a short URL so that they can enter it without having to. Let's see.
Vanessa's here. Hey, Vanessa, will you try to get this to everybody if that's cool? Some kind of short URL to make it easy. You guys, we don't want to charge you at all.
No.
We want to send it to you, not clickable. All right, Vanessa will get you a link. I put it, and Brandon hit it in chat to people. Worst case, take a screenshot and you can grab it. All right, so Brandon will send it to Vanessa in Slack, and she'll get it to you. We'll just let her figure out how. But look, for those that like it, when you go through it and you want to scale, I mean, we don't have any opt-ins. This is something we just talked about today. There's no links. There's none of that stuff, guys. We started to build this out, and we said, you know what? I'd rather just help people. And some people will say, hey, I want to turbocharge it, and kind of do what Brandon's doing on the scale level. For those of you like that, hit up Vanessa or me, and we'll kind of go over what you want to do, and then come up with something custom for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because one size doesn't fit all. The guy that wants to go berserk with it is different than the guy that wants to do 3 sites. Somebody wants to do 20.
Or
so
somebody else would do flip. Exactly.
Yeah, it's all different, y'all. So, yeah, Doug Stark's definitely won the 3 contest.
What should we give him?
Oh, here's a link. See if that works, somebody. Try MediaMatch.com/traffic.
We'll send you a toaster, Doug. So that's your reward.
Yeah, we'll get a toaster, and somebody else could get steak knives.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a really nice message. Cool. Hey, thank you. I know we don't see your name right now, but we appreciate that comment. Super nice. Listen, the link that Vanessa gave us. Vanessa, where'd your comment go? Where'd it go? There it is. The link that Vanessa gave should work, and try it out. Hit up Vanessa or our support team or somebody. And if you wanna scale this to next level, we're not gonna do a webinar. We're not selling it. Honestly, we're doing it. we're doing
it ourselves. We don't have a reason.
Anybody that's here is kind of cool. There's been between 40 and 80 odd people here on the call, and everybody can have it for free. It's Brandon's strategy that's really kind of blew it up. So we'll chat with you that want to go next level. But if you don't want to go next level, anybody could take this, work with their daughter, their son. You don't have to spend any money. You got to have a website. You got to have a Pinterest account, maybe a hosting account. There's not much to it. Okay. And anyway, well, look, it's 2:30 on a Friday. My daughter's coming home from college because they closed the college down. We've closed the high schools and the elementary and the middle schools down. And I feel like it's a snow day, except it's like a dark cloud. It's kind of a bummer. I gave up alcohol for a few weeks, and it's like, I really wouldn't mind having Brandon. I really wouldn't mind having a drink today, but I don't see it happening. Yeah. Hey, good. I'm glad you like that name, Doug. We debated that name when we were thinking about making a product, and half the people said, oh, don't say bomb. And I was like, come on. I told him to call it the Hayes method or the Hayes hack. Name it after himself. But I thought it was super cool. So for everybody here, or everybody wine time, Vanessa says, for everybody watching now or later, thank you all for hanging out. And yeah, well, like I said, hit up our team after you have a chance to go through and figure out if it's for you or not. And cool.
Mhm.
Have a good time, and everybody be safe. Whatever that means. It means different things depending on where you are, but avoid big groups. And
Mhm.
I know ladies tend to be really good at washing your hands. For the guys out there, wash your hands
Wash your hands.
10, 12 times a day.
Nasty.
I can touch my face because I'm washing my hands like 20 times a day. So all right. Well, I got to go home to talk about our house plan with Rebecca. She's very excited about this on what we're going to do. So, anyway, have a great day, y'all. Brandon, thank you. And for
Yeah,
everybody,
no problem.
we'll see you soon. Bye, guys.